Hello, everybody, welcome back to our Let's Play of Hearthstone for Kaiserreich as Carlist Space. Well, welcome back to the stream, everybody. So, last time we pushed our way down the coast, not really coast, so down the border with Portugal. We have pretty low organization on a lot of our troops. I'm really just going to stop these current attacks. Like, we're trying, I think the guy in Madrid is just going to die. As such a shame as that is, I think he's just completely dead. So let's, get started up here once again. You can move here. We'll definitely get us around on this one Spanish infantry division. Italy has joined up with the Austrian faction. That is a-okay. We'll try to kick you out as well. We can actually keep on marching down south, which should... Okay, we'll actually put a militia there. Not the best. Portugal joined the Entente. Portugal, would you want to maybe join my faction? I mean, we're not a faction. Would you like to join my side in the Civil War? You guys are still North Australia, though, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Could prove to be... have some issues in the future. We will see, though. We still need like more men. I think that's still one of the issues we are currently facing. Stand still because you're no longer getting surrounded. But if our push here works, it's still pretty good. I mean, you're not taking a lot of damage right now. You are dead. Reorganize these front lines, please and thank you. How long do you get to these provinces? You'll be there in 23 hours. We should be there first, right? One day, actually. We're actually going to lose this territory, which is a real shame. You guys hold position. This way, you march here. You attack here, so you can actually are stuck. Austria, thank you for the supplies. We don't have any fuel for our vehicles, which might be considered an issue to some. So you are the Irish. I mean, it's good to have at least some support here. But I would always like a little bit more. Let's see if we can get these guys to go push into here. You're pretty low on strength. We've got a lot of exposed territory in these purple regions. So I'm going to have to deploy these guys a little bit weakened. Just to make sure we have enough troops to cover the actual whole front line. And you guys are like the decent troops, right? Well, you're at least all infantry. If you want to go for militias, they're gonna be worse. For sure, but we should be able to put out twice as many as them. Which is honestly probably more important at this exact moment. Guys, you might get us around on you. Killing 3 Kingdom of Spain divisions seems like a pretty good deal to me. Something like this. What happened to fuel? Oh, I just have no fuel. I make 48 a day. I can't really afford to import any because I need to import the steel in order to make rifles. We've got some problems. Yeah, I have like what? I have 5 civilian factories. I have 4 civilian factories in the entire country, which is, some would argue, horrible, and I would argue that as well. How many troops does the Kingdom of Spain have? They have 15 to 32 divisions. You have 25 to 52. I have 25. Like, nothing really right now is saying that we're in a great position, which is a real shame. Here, you're going to be multiple combats. This 61 should die out soon. He's taking like a negative 66% penalty. We can't have you false. We need you to last stand. make sure we can actually hold on to this territory. We're pushing a little bit into CNT. I believe we can at least take a handful of these provinces back from them. And as soon as you are dead, you should be able to get a little bit stronger. Yeah, everybody is poor as hell in Spain at the moment. But you should be killed in a moment. Fantastic. Hold position. You help try and take out this guy. Canada, give me your rifles, please, and thank you. I need anything you can spare. I need it. Thank you very much. I'll probably shrink purple down a little bit. This shouldn't... Hopefully they're not going to actually exploit these openings that I'm creating. It doesn't look like CNTX has any interest in doing so, so that's nice. We can go here, get this territory essentially for free. You push in a little bit more here. I mean, getting Madrid again would be nice. What we really need is just for one of these factions to fall. Preferably the ones that are not us. Question is right now, could we push our way into Madrid? I mean, there's a German troop here. So it's a bit of a shame because the German troops are actually going to be like pretty well supplied. We're also pretty close to dying. You have 244 defense, which is like a lot. But if we can push our way through here, we can maybe get something good done. It's 1938. Just better rifles, just better equipment for all of our troops. So it's 75. We can at least see if we can push our way to this river. Like, this area should fall. Ireland, I appreciate your enthusiasm for trying to push your way into CNT, but it doesn't look like it's actually working out super well at the moment. So yeah, 9. You attack here. I don't want this area to fall. I want to hold the river as much as possible. We like have no manpower right now. Negative 23 political power. We have some issues. And I have no air superiority. How many planes does the enemies have in this region at the moment? More than I do. So if we're not going to focus our efforts here, we should at least put them in southern Iberia. Try to fight off the Kingdom of Spain's air force as much as humanly possible. Because right now we're taking a negative 17% penalty, which is not great. Try to push our way into Madrid. Lecio and Third International. That doesn't really concern us too much. You guys just hold position. You're trying to attack your way up north. We got a lot of things we got to deal with at the moment, which is a real shame. Can we push this German troop out? I believe so. So you come here, you march down south towards Madrid. We can maybe take the city back. There's like a million things happening right now. I mean, like, both of our enemies have taken more losses than we have. Almost, I think, twice as much each. Put all your troops on one enemy's border and then push. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to make sure that we can safely defend against CNT. Like, kind of just hold some position. We'll have you fall back. As long as we can, like, hold some sort of front. It's really all I'm wanting. But I have no manpower. I don't really have any infantry equipment either. I need 3,000 for reinforcement. Reinforcement, yeah, it's still on highest priority here. Something like this, because you're going to be in multiple combats, yes. Same with this one German troop. He should also be getting a... Okay, he's not getting multiple combat penalty, but that's fine. We should still be able to kick him out. We stretch purple line up this way. We can. I don't want them intersecting, though. We'll hold off like this. How much manpower do you guys have? You have 0. King of Spain has like 200,000. Maybe a bit much. Okay, whatever this blue plan is, it's garbage. Your only plan is to try to push your way down south. Still need supplies, but that's fine for now. Like, I really wish that CNT and the Kingdom of Spain would fight amongst each other a little bit more. Like, they're just actually, like, pretty powerful. Even, like, in night times, I think it's a 50% penalty. Commander ability. Are you just, like, shit? Can I give you infantry commander? No. You're wounded at the moment. Is there anybody better than you, though? Like, even with your negative 50% penalty, you're still probably the best we actually have, which is is embarrassing. Could upgrade our field marshal. And you know what? Get entrenchment speed on the one guy on the CNT border. You can, like as long as we can, like, have some sort of defensive position. Militarist revolt in Paraguay. I don't think I care about that really at all. Commander ability bonus minus 20%. Definitely gonna win this battle. What if we push across the river? Instruction 3. Not very useful. I don't even know why I was researching it, given the fact that we we don't have any factories to build anything with. Seems like a bit of an error. Hold you guys still. We are losing some territory. Do you think we can take this back from CNT, though? But if the king, I just want the kingdom and CNT to fight a little bit more. That would be lovely. And also, I can't really do anything at the moment because we can't do any of our focuses until we actually have restored Carlist Spain. You take this. You take Badajoz. It's worth 1 victory point, and it's got a fort. It also means that this guy will not be able to run away. Are we losing any defensive battles? The answer is no. What are we missing? Right now we're missing strategic bombers. Like, it would be nice to have some, but... Oh, I can assassinate the regent? Hell yeah, kill him. Murder that man. Who does he think he... How dare you? I don't know what it does. I don't know what that does for us. But if it gives us any leverage... Put them in a disarray. Yeah, hell yeah. Murder them. So we are making good progress down in the south. It is making the blue line a little bit long, I will admit, but it looks like there's some conflict happening over there at the moment, which is nice. I don't know what this actually is going to do. They have 53 days until we assassinate their regents. Murder the man. Put a bullet to anywhere where you could put a bullet, please put a bullet there. It's just, or poison him. I mean, it doesn't really matter how you kill him. As long as he ends up dead, everything should be good. And I think murdering the regent should, if it does give us the bonuses that I would like. Actually, it looks like they're actually pulling away from the front. When are you leaving? 10 hours. Let's fill in the gap. I mean, I think this is decent progress. Much more than I kind of thought that we would get to. Equipment storage. We do need political power mines. I mean, I also need manpower. But they're still inextensive. Could I even go up to service by requirement? Maybe 100. How much manpower do they need? It's, I always forget where it's actually located in this thing. Do we buy the guns? Do I buy the rifles? I mean, how many guns do I need for reinforcements? I need 2,000 for reinforcements. So this will basically give everybody who needs a gun right now on the front line a gun. So I'm going to do it. You have like no organization. So got about a month until the region is dead. I'm going to down to 71%. You are attacking us, but as soon as this militia's out, we can counterattack. You should be in multiple combats. On 22 hours, please leave. Can't respect, apparently. A lot of guys down there. What capitulation? They're still like nowhere near capitulated because I haven't really taken any actual cities from them. Okay. The north looks pretty secure. Germany's trying to reinforce. I think we got to attack you like this. Move you upwards. Will you get there first? You are there first. There's that province. I mean, the more we take from them, the lower their manpower is going to be. Just because they have less territory to control. Okay, we're actually going to make... we should take Madrid very soon. Yeah, Madrid's definitely going to fall. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Do not reinforce it. We could force attack to guarantee that they're not going to reinforce. Okay, well, actually, the one guy who's going to move in has retreated, so... Gives us a little bit of time to delay. As he just attacked the Spanish guy directly. We might actually win against him as well. Okay, so Madrid has fallen. We could keep pushing in, push down south a little bit more. Unfortunately, CNT does not have a regent that I can assassinate. Even though I'm sure that would be a big boon for us if they did. Their new capital down here is in Seville. They've gotten them down to 44%. They will only capitulate at 5% though, which is a little bit of a shame. And looking at CNT, like, some of their troops are really, really weak. 40 with mediums. I cannot afford anything right now. My goal right now is just it's survive. 82. We can probably push here. Get the kill. I mean, will you be able to march one province down? Maybe surround these two divisions? That'd be nice. Did I kill you? Probably not. You hold position for now. Okay, now you just move in. Yeah, unfortunately, Spain is just poor under every circumstance. We have some reinforcements coming in. If we can push the Seville, will that cause them to capitulate? I'm not too sure how much territory I need to take from them. Which is unfortunate. Definitely get a kill here. Purple, you're fine. Mostly. You're mostly okay. Okay, apparently CNT, or the King's getting a little bit upset, but tomorrow, 75% chance. Godspeed. He looks like he's still alive. That's not wonderful for us. I mean, it can always be worse, to be fair, but that's not saying much. Unless they have a national focus saying that the king is dead. Or not the king, the regent, I guess. But they're kind of the same thing. Deploy these guys down here, please. Got an extra technology. We have 2 technology slots. I think if I wanted to research the better rifles, we don't have the ability to actually use them at the moment. So let's try. I mean, we might as well research it now. Hopefully by the time it's actually finished researching, we will have won the war. You know, let's get better artillery as well. Got some reinforcements coming in. I'm assuming we did not kill the regent. Can I try again? I will do it again. Send as many assassins as you possibly need. I will give you everybody that I have available. Getting to Seville would be nice. Or, again, at CNT, if you want to do a push down towards the south, I wouldn't say no to that. But right now, I'm really just butting my head up against everybody else and losing all my manpower, which is a real shame. Oh, he did it! Oh, he's a very, very dead man. Crown Prince has been assassinated. Under political power, give me that no, not limited conscription, please. Service by requirements. Give me that manpower, please, and thank you. So that's 25. It's negative 25% organization and recovery rate for July, August, 3 months. What's our max organization right now, then? 47. That's with a negative 20%, 25% penalty. As soon as you're done pushing in, I want you to hold position. Guys, combat here. This should damage you more than it damages me. You guys won the World Cup. Something that doesn't really affect me. And even to a lower organization, I'm still not actually doing that well. Okay, we've kicked them out here. You stay back. We've won this battle. And the goal right now is to see... Yes, we need those guns. We're getting manpower back. This is Seville, right? Yes, that is Seville itself. Take 2 days, 1 hour. If we take the city, is that enough for a capitulation? For 22%. So the answer appears on the surface to be no, but there we go. They have Fall of Gibraltar. Well, well, well. How the turns table. We're actually making too much steel now. France, give me back my military factory so that I can import probably anything. Like, what do I need? I mean, I mostly just need rifles, right? We could get a little bit of aluminum, but I still want to trade with the French right now, so we'll keep it as is. March as quickly as you can to the front line. Blue does not need to stretch up here. And CNT, you have a bigger army than I do, but again, you don't have manpower, which is one of the problems we are facing when it came to the Kingdom of Spain. Is that they had manpower to spare. You idiots do not. So now, you know, it's open season. We got this shit. Mostly because I think CNT is just weaker than the Kingdom of Spain is on its own. I mean, we want to get up to Barcelona. Valencia. Probably just Barcelona and Valencia might be all we need to actually win. I'm not too sure. But I mean, 129 to 26k. Those numbers I would say are in our favor. Unfortunately, all the territory of the Kingdom of Spain is not automatically considered a core. As nice as that would have been. And most of CNT's army is just made up of militias, which is excellent. You can kill this one militia here. You push on this front. What we want to do is we want to try to cut them in half. March to Valencia. Cut these guys off from the north. Wipe them all out, and that should give us an opening just to go straight to Barcelona itself. We also could deploy a lot of troops, even if they're going to be, like, you know, weaker than normal. It's probably still worth it. I mean, Operation Cut Him in Half. It's not a creative name, but it's working, and that's all that matters. If you take, I mean, they'll still have ports, so they will still get supplies, but it weakens their ability to maneuver. Which is also something that we want. So the Canadians have actually pushed their way into Australia. French Republic, please give me your troops. Canada, if you want to send me some volunteers, oh, you love to see it. You're gonna die soon. You guys hold position. Hello, Andreas. Andreas? I'm actually not too sure how you're supposed to say that. Put you down south here. We did get, you know, pushed a little bit. Portugal, send me your troops as well. I will take any help that you can possibly give me. Because all help is good help, especially when the AI does not cover this province, which is what you love to see. So hopefully in one day, or, you know, 1 or 2 days, we'll get our way up to here. Then we'll go here, it's fine. It still accomplishes what I want of cutting the country in half. The Air Force can now mostly fly over here. We should have a bigger Air Force than they do, which is nice. Go to the port. So them cut in half. I mean, okay, they stopped getting cut in half like a minute later, but still, we've taken this port from them. I think the AI is trying to retreat up to the north. We do not, of course, want that to happen. Just more men. even if they're weak, I still think just having bigger numbers is what matters at this exact moment in time. Portugal, give me whatever that is that you want to give me. I think we're good. I don't think don't talk to me about buying guns anymore. I think we've got this. So unify this front. I don't know why there's 2 divisions assigned here, but okay. We'll wipe you out. You march forward. Take Valencia. Get a nice little pocket with a decent amount of troops, you know, inside of it. Yeah, no, this is mwah. Beautiful. We've got Valencia. You're here. You're here. New Zealand. Sure, send me whatever you got. We can cut them in half, even like a smaller little pocket. Open up this front line to be a little bit larger. As soon as we can kill this one really weak militia, it's going to give this guy an encirclement penalty, which we want. You free dockyards. For now, just more convoys. But you can worry about all the fancy stuff once we've won the war. We're inflicting a decent amount of casualties on them. These guys will absolutely be wiped out in a moment. Do not allow them to take the city. They cannot be allowed to get a port. These guys again are extremely weak. Even if we're attacking into the mountains, it's not that bad. And everybody's giving me so much supplies that I love it. Ireland has joined the Reichspact. You guys should be able to kill these guys off. Yeah, so that circle's been wiped. Next one will be wiped soon as well. We're getting so much equipment. It's beautiful. Attack these guys so they do not stop us. But we have taken Barcelona. That might be the end of the war right there. We need to take Zaragoza as well. We've got them down to 15%. Which is pretty nice. Hey. Yeah, are you giving up? Is that what that pause was? No, it's not. Okay, well. Still. Russia's gonna... Wait, did the Soviets win? They have not, but they're actually gonna... Okay, I've never seen the Soviets actually attack Belarus like that. And CNT surrendered. And just like that. What's up with the United States? It looks like the American Union States doing pretty well. So I think Huey Long's going to win over there. Russia's probably going to be the Soviets. I don't think they can fight a two-front war. What happens with Japan's a different question because I don't think I've ever seen Russia actually beat the Japanese. Like, ever. Okay, so we've won the war. Little clap for everybody involved. So let's restore our government. 70 days. We're going to start recovering the economy. Get cores in all of our territory. But alas, we have won. Go straight up to partial mobilization. What should I even get right now then? Military construction speed and civilian factory construction speed seems pretty good. We're gonna get you first, so we can start, rebuilding everything in the country. And get these guys prepared for the inevitable war with France, because that's absolutely going to happen. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Well, for one, all of our militia, we want them just to be regular divisions. Because right now they're essentially Garbaggio. All the militias into these troops. I'm sure we probably need like a lot of supplies to maintain this. We need 10,000 rifles. We're actually making too many artillery pieces. Really only got to focus on making rifles at this exact point in time. We're not making any support equipment. Okay, that is an issue. Just don't build planes at the moment then. I don't know if we can really afford to build them. We can't really afford to build anything right now. Don't you forget about artillery because you have tungsten? Oh yeah, no, okay, cancel these guys, cancel them. Get them out of here. Delete you. Delete the militia divisions. What are you? Let me, please. So 3 is a light tank in it. We don't have any of them, so delete this, delete this. Delete you. Keep you around, I believe. All divisions are using this division, which is kind of garbage. We do have a lot of, Are these the same thing? No, you have, engineering companies in you. Okay. So, yeah, we'll definitely switch these guys out, because we have a lot of artillery. We do not have a lot of infantry equipment. Make this done a little bit faster. I mean, everybody's going to be green for now, but if you just don't worry about that, it's good. We can upgrade our artillery, make them a little bit better. With our single factory producing them. Why are you making light tanks? Am I making light tanks? I was making light tanks because some of my divisions already had them using them, but I don't think they actually do anymore. I think it was probably a carryover for when I was playing as the Kingdom of Spain, because they needed some tanks, but things have changed. Got a lot of these things repairing. Dockyards being repaired is fine. Who has the best bonus? 60% is decent. Got some more 60s. A 70% Catalonia is going to be building faster, so we'll finish this one. We'll go like this. 7 here. 60, 60. Do we have any other 70s? No. All of our colonies basically can't hold any factories at all. I think this is fine for now. Actually, no. We'll build, something like this. So once we get a restoration, we should hopefully get a decent amount of, yeah, military factories are free. 6 civilian factories. Air bases. What else we got in here? Political power going up. Another 4 military bases, factories. That's 8 right there. Pretty good. Power, stability. Eventually we can join the Entente. Carlist hasn't been restored. I don't know if I'm going to join the Entente right away. I feel like there's probably some better things I could focus on first. Mostly rebuilding the economy, because that is really our sore spot at the moment. Main tactic is sit on mountains, then use explosive and tanks to push. Thank you, Franz Joseph. I think we get 8, right? Yeah, there's 4 here. And we're getting another 4. Yeah, so that's 8 military factories and 6 civilian factories from these focuses here. As well as air bases. Oh, some other nice bonuses as well. Research speed plus 10%, it's not bad. Bonuses to research. Some Catholic trade unions. How long? So we have 1,000 rifles. We actually have a surplus of rifles at the moment. We need some artillery. We'll put 2 into you. And soon I am going to be putting in anti-tank divisions into my things. Because they're pretty good for the nice breakthrough. 40 with tanks for the win. Okay, whatever finishes next. I'm guessing this rifle. After that, we can research the medium tank in 1939. And then we can build at least a single 40 with tank division. Hello, sniper gamers. You play? Yeah, we're playing the Kaiserreich mod in Hearthfire 4. Probably the best mod, I would say, for the game. At least at the moment. I don't know if there's any mod I would say is better. Equestrian War is pretty highly up there in terms of quality. The New Order, once that's done, I believe there's... When's the next big update for that? September, I believe, is when they said it should be done. Which should hopefully be pretty good once that's done. Victory! Despite the challenges we face, we had succeeded in uniting our proud nation. Will now be known as the Kingdom of Spain. But at least I get to keep my very nice orange color here. Got 300 political power. Crush the opposition, or we can reconcile with the opposition. Of course we're going to crush them. I didn't fight a war just to do that. Tanks is 12 or so for the lot. I mean, there's a lot of stability bonuses up here, but we're already actually at 75% stability. We're definitely going to go rebuild the economy. Repair speed goes up a little bit. Nice bonus to research. The conversion costs, I don't really care about that too much. Mostly because I have never actually used it. We'll get the medium tank designer, so I'm committing myself to building those medium tanks. And then... probably breakthrough, right? I'm gonna go for breakthrough or artillery. What's better? Would you go for the infantry manufacturer for the 5% breakthrough on the infantry equipment, or for the breakthrough on the artillery and the soft tack? Hard attack plus 10%. At some point, play our Sardinia. I'm not too sure when or if we'll ever play as Sardinia. Tomorrow, I can say, tomorrow we are starting up an Italian Republic playthrough. That's replacing the Union of Britain. Spanish Civil War is over. Yeah, so tomorrow we got Italian Republic playthrough starting. We're also going to the capital. Oh yeah, probably the historic capital, Madrid. Also, is anybody looking at what's happening in Austria right now? What's going to happen if Austria dies? And then when the second Weltkrieg begins, they're also having Germany's going to fight across this entire front. That's very interesting. I think it's going to happen. Hello, the man who sold the world. How are you doing today? But Austria is fucked. They are not... I'm very interested to see how this actually plays out then. Because at the Reichspakt... Is Poland in... Poland's not in a faction. It will make the war interesting. You are 100% correct on that. I mean, they have what? 6 months, 7 months before France usually does the focus. I think that's definitely enough time for them to win the war. But I do think... I mean, it's going to create an interesting war for us as well. Negative 20% stability. Okay. Now I understand why you might want all the stability events from this tree. Because we're going to go war with the Internationale, and them being stronger by owning the entirety of the Austro-Hungarian Empire is definitely going to make things different. Is France going to declare war? I don't know if the AI always seem to take Alsace-Lorraine at almost the earliest time. But there's a chance that they don't declare war until they beat the Austrians. If that happens, you know, we're looking at a very different Internationale in Second Weltkrieg if that's the case. Ignore all this naval stuff. I don't care about it. As soon as you're done, probably go for the next research slot first. Yeah, go for an extra research slot, then probably principal rebuilding. Go for probably civilian factories first, because that's getting at 6 civilian factories, which is pretty nice. And then go for some military investment. Any plans playing Monarchist Qing? Yes, at some point. I'm not too sure when that will be. If anybody's confused in either of my chats, I am streaming on both YouTube and Twitch. So sometimes if I'm replying to somebody that you don't see in the chat, that's why. And if you prefer following on one of those, watching on Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, you can switch over between them. It doesn't really matter to me too much. Oh yeah, we actually have manpower again. We'll add in, let's say 5 divisions of you guys for now. Got 10 more days until you're done. We'll then go for the medium tank. It's going to take 140 days. Which will be done around the time the war breaks out. So then we can start maybe pumping those guys out as well. And as soon as you're done researching, we'll definitely switch you over to being a little bit better. Fall of Moscow. So the Soviets are definitely losing. There's one thing you can say, the Soviets are not doing so hot. But now we've gotten this done, we can now upgrade you to be level 2. We can then immediately start researching our medium tanks that have the nice little upgrade here for a little bit more breakthrough and reliability. Yeah, because these guys here are going to be stuck. I don't know how many divisions they have in these 3 provinces, but they're dead. They've almost got us around in this province as well. Yeah, they're already like halfway capitulated. I mean, they've lost way less men than the Internationale, but I don't think that's really going to matter. I'm really surprised that they were even able to push their way through Switzerland. Yeah, I stream on 2 platforms at the same time, YouTube and Twitch. Oh, well that's incredibly boring. Oh, wait, France owns this territory. That's it? Really? What did... Well... They're still in the faction. What's going to happen? Did anything happen? What is this? What is this absolute garbage? Oh yeah, Liberia has gone totalist. I didn't know they could do that before, but you know, it is what it is. Like, did they not even get Upper Savoy? I don't... It is a bugged event. I would, you know, I agree. Do I have a thing on? I am going to... At least Switzerland will go to France. The bugged events. And also Italy, I'll get to this. That's the most I'll do, because I think that at least makes some amount of sense. Austria can just be here, even though they basically, I think, are basically garbage now. If you don't like that I've done it, well, it's too late. I already have. So, research slot available. 1939. If they should have won and taken all of it. The Italian bits of Austria. You know what? That also makes a lot of sense. That's a perfectly reasonable peace deal given a situation of the fact that they should have annexed all of it but didn't. We'll give you and you. There we go. I think that's reasonable. It's still giving the Internationale a lot of power. Like that, they're way stronger than they would be otherwise at this point in the game. Austria is probably still going to immediately intervene when the Weltkrieg begins. Also, this is... There we go. Fix those borders. American Union saying that CSA has ended their hostilities. Oh, the American federal government's really made a pushback here. And the Social Republic of Italy's declared war to Sicily's. I mean, we have to be a little bit worried about that. Because they are going to be quite strong. The Austrian Empire, basically just garbage at this point. Oh, Qing's actually worth everybody now. How many men does France have? They have 70 to 150 divisions. You have probably about 40. Britain is doing pretty well, probably about 75 divisions themselves. Switzerland, I'm assuming, has 0. Yeah, just because they're a newly formed country. Everybody is going to war with the Qing. This is a very sad state of affairs for them at the current moment. What do we want to research after this? I mean, we probably want to get like a lot of tech. Actually, we probably want research speed. This one, computer machine, should have actually gone out already. To be fair, we are definitely going to see United Italy before the Weltkrieg begins. There's no doubt about that. The Ottomans don't know how they're necessarily going to swing. And with a weakened Austria, we might actually see the Serbians and Romania actually attack the Austrian Empire, which they almost like never do. The nation is recovering. Beautiful. 50 political power. Probably would like some stability instead. Also, my better general is probably recovered by this point. Let's go for entrenchment speed. We can modify our government once again. Do we have a good chief of army? We have a lot of choice. Attrition, defense. I always just like just flat attack bonuses on them and stacking those. If we're going to get some tanks, let's get plus 5% attack and then 10% breakthrough and speed on armor. In hindsight, maybe we should have gone for the mobile warfare doctrine, but it's too late for that now. Definitely not switching from this point on. The medium tanks, we got 78 days, so we can probably put those guys into production. How much troops do two Sicilies have? Somewhere between 4 and 25, which is really not a helpful measure in any capacity. Serbia, they're actually doing it. Serbia's declared war on the Austro-Hungarian Empire. What's happening? It is happening. Here is good for tanks. But you use a SPA. Got our mobile defense up. South attack organization, or we go for recovery rate for line artillery. Well, let's just focus, get the computing machine. We want that research speed as early as possible to make the most use out of it. Will Serbia be able to beat the Hungarians and the Austrians, or do you think they're going to lose this? I mean, they have a decent-sized army. I'm sure Austria is pretty worn down by the War of the Internationale. Only 100,000 manpower on service by requirement is pretty bad. It's definitely a weird campaign. I agree with that. I did not see this progressing the way it actually is. What the fuck is this game? Yeah. I mean, there's a chance that Austria will beat the Serbians, win the war, and then they'll be a little bit buffed up from that. Because we want Austria to at least be somewhat strong, because we still do need them to counterbalance against the Internationale once the Weltkrieg begins. Which might be happening in like 2 months. Oh, it's July 14th, and it takes 70 days. So, I mean, I guess it technically starts in August at its earliest. Yes, if the Ottomans lose, I'll fix these borders as well. The one nice thing about the state transfer tool is sometimes, you know, the game doesn't produce the most aesthetic or realistic borders. The extra research slot is almost available. Really want those, I guess, what, 10 factories in total between these two focuses, which is really nice. I don't want to join the Entente right away. We're going to join the Entente after the Weltkrieg's begun. Because if I join before it's begun, I believe the commune will automatically put troops on our border, which I don't want to do. If we're technically a neutral nation and no faction, they'll probably do like what they're doing now and just completely ignore us. Kind of allows us to get like some sort of a surprise attack going. Got an extra research slot. Research speed plus 5% is nice. We're definitely going for provincial rebuilding. September 1939. I mean, it doesn't look like Serbia's losing, but Romania's doing pretty well. I mean, against the... in Hungary and the Carpathians, but... I don't know, we'll see. It would have still been interesting if these guys actually attacked during the Commune of France War. And how that would have maybe changed some things. It's also good for Construction 3. We've really got to rebuild our economy up before the war actually begins. We're not, you know, we have enough supplies for everything we're doing. Not worried about light tanks. I do want to put anti-tank divisions into our infantry divisions, though. Because how much is that boosted up by? Piercing goes up by over, like, what, 26.4 points? Defense goes up a little bit. Heart attack goes up a decent amount. It does drop organization a little bit, but really, I think it's just good. Support anti-tank. Fuck it, throw some recon companies in there as well. Probably means we need a decent amount of support equipment as well as anti-tank. It was actually 2.3 thousand rifles. I think we're fine cutting this down a little bit, but 2 here and 3 there. Doesn't even need a little bit of tungsten. Well, we can trade out the United States though. Yeah, they have, it's been much more likely that Italy unites before the Weltkrieg actually begins. Except for the Italian Republic. Normally, the SRI takes over 2 Sicilies and the Pope before the Weltkrieg begins. Which is interesting, because that's, the trigger for Austria entering the war, when it begins. Like, when Italy unites these territories, Austria's allowed to intervene in the war. But because the AI takes over 2 Sicilies before the Weltkrieg normally even begins at all, they immediately intervene like every single time now. I mean, I think Serbia's gonna lose. But Serbia losing is, I still think makes Austria weaker. Because they have to fight this war at all. Oh, I saw the... transfer tool on. No, I do not want you on. Because, you know, losing 100,000 men is still pretty bad. Is Romania considered a major power here? They are. So even if Spain gives up, or Serbia gives up, Romania will still fight on. And I think that's going to take enough casualties from Austria again that it's still causing them to be more or less shit. I do think Austria is going to get stomped on again as soon as the Second Weltkrieg begins. Because, you know, they don't have to fight this river and in these mountains. the area in Hearts of Iron 4 that I hate the most is this region right here. Fighting, like, in these plains in, Slovenia makes attacking into, like, Vienna or all this region significantly easier. What do I need aluminum for? I need it for the support equipment. I think we do need to trade for that anyway, so we'll trade it for the United States as well. Definitely do not trade with the Commune of France. We don't trust them in any capacity. We got our medium tanks. Let's go for one level of excavation. And now I need somebody to tell me, what do I want this to look like? Well, I know I want these to all be medium tanks, not light tanks. Get them out of here. Do I want this? Do I want like only medium tanks, like in the whole row up to 40? Because that doesn't seem correct. What is the actual layout we want? I'm not too sure what it is. We got a 40 width of tank. This is taking 1,000 tanks. That's a lot. Infantry and tank. How many infantry do I want in this? Like half and half? I could put an engineering company in there as well. Support artillery. Put everything in there, why not? So 7 medium, some truck boys, SPA and SPAA. Well, I don't think I have SPAA researched. So that's 5. Remove, remove, remove. Switch you to be motorized infantry. And motorized anti-tank. But what do we want this to be 40, right? Do I want to throw in motorized artillery in there or no? Hey, does this make sense? One roll for 5 or so SPA and SPAA and make the rest of them mediums. Okay. Well, so like this basically. Don't know how many we need to make this into be 40. Oh, you're artillery, right? Okay. Can I even get to be 40? Not under this certain layout. So remove you. Your capacity 3,000. It's gonna be very expensive to maintain this. Throw an engineering company. Throw in a recon company. Just leave it blank. Okay, 13 tanks, the rest infantry. Okay. Oh, anti-tank these guys. That actually makes probably a lot more sense. much is the anti-tank gear? Is there one each? You know, we'll keep it like this. That's fine. It's fine. So let's train up one of these guys. I'm sure it's going to cost everything I have to actually maintain it. But I need 650 light tanks, decent amount of anti-tank as well, and some infantry equipment. That's fine. We are going to need to start producing medium tanks. Put them in like higher priority. Let's do 4, cut you down a little bit. And now we're going to need some tungsten. Okay, well we can just trade with the United States some more. That works out fine. Motorized artillery. Or motorized infantry, I should say. That means I'll need to build some trucks, right? So throw you up here. Something like that can work. Also trade up a little bit of rubber. What do we need? We need 400 of this. This will be done in 1400 days. We gotta wait for the 260 days for you. Production efficiency cap needs to get a little bit better. It's pretty low right now. Mexico's declared war on the American Union States. Mexico's deciding to get involved in the American Civil War. Good for them. Mexico declared war on the United Mexico. How many men do you have, Mexico? 18 to 22? Interesting, but I think you're just going to get annexed, like, immediately, so... Probably wasn't the greatest idea. Max entrenchments. Organization, recovery rates. Attack and defense for infantry equipment, or infantry is nice. Bonuses to artillery is also pretty good. Armor division attack goes up. Are these all like the same people? Why do we have 1,400 people if they all do the same thing? It doesn't seem like that's necessary. You know, where's the artillery people? I think we're gonna go for them. Okay, we'll say it's capitulated. Yeah, so Italy is going to be an absolute powerhouse very soon. Mexico's NASPOP and declared war on the American Union. Say yes, that is exactly what's happened. You are 100% correct. Let's get these factories going, please, and thank you. 40% partialization. Yeah, we are still recovering the economy, aren't we? Where do we fix that? We need all of these to remove recovering economy. Oof. It's gonna take actual eons to do. Which have the silver shirts? Are they the silver shirts? Oh, Mexico's also fighting down in the south as well. That makes actually a lot of sense when you don't think about it. Mexico's just at war with everybody. It's It's doing its own thing. I'm just gonna go on a limb and say this is probably like a very cursed run, apparently, where everything that shouldn't be happening is happening. Well, that's okay. Sometimes, no, life comes at you fast. We should do a Mexico campaign soon. Probably in March, I would say we might do a Mexico campaign. Not too sure of which faction yet, but I've also never seen it's Pele, right? Is that how you say his name in the American state that takes over? I've never seen that. Yeah, I've never seen them do anything. 43 days left on you. One thing that sucks about Spain is that they haven't been updated in a while, and all their focuses are 70 days, which is just absolutely murderous. Follow the guide. Fall of Petrograd. So Soviets, okay, Soviets are dead. So now Russia can focus all of its attentions on Japanese. Not too sure what that necessarily does for us. I mean, I guess it keeps them off of Germany's back, which is good, because we want Germany as strong as possible. Help us fight against the Commune of France. We have 32 days. 6, how many factories we actually get? 40% of 6. Is it round up or down? Because it's either 2 or 3. Or some partial mobilization. It would be nice to go to war economy, but we can't do that until, you know, we're at war. Or the Romanian dude. Yeah, I haven't... Yeah, Italy's just massive. Canada was my first country that I ever played in Kaiserreich. If they do get a nice update, I will probably try them out again. They finished the second... I mean, they finished it. What does that mean for us? I have no idea. And, what's it called? La Resistance will be coming out at the end of the month, right? Thick Italy. Hopefully La Resistance is good. Hopefully the mechanics are fun to use and not very broken. I should probably put like a poll up and be like, who should I play? I saw a lot of people say France. I mean, it makes sense. It's called La Resistance, but you know, Portugal getting a focus tree is cool. Who else is getting a focus tree in the update? I'm not too sure. Oh, Austria. If the Wildkrieg... I mean, we don't know. France could be doing the focus right now. But if Austria declares war on Italy through the event while they're fighting Serbia and Romania, they're definitely going to die, right? 100%. Yes, we're going to get our factories done. Let's immediately go and get 4 nice military factories, which I think is going to be pretty good. We're still at 55% stability. Not great, but it's not actively harming us at this exact moment, so I'm kind of fine ignoring it. Let's get the anti-tank upgrades. So you will deploy in 1,100 days. You know, this is a Disney month. What are you missing? You're missing support equipment right now and anti-tank weapons. Understand? I'm guessing because are they getting put into the front line first? Yeah, because we have reinforcements on high priority. Reinforcements are nice, but I don't know how important it is at this exact moment. So 39, 39, 39, 1940 techs. We could go for the anti-air stuff as well right now, but I don't think I have the factories necessary to actually use it effectively. Do you know what? We have a lot of engineering companies. Let's upgrade those guys. Micronesian tags, Portugal focus tree, Spain stuff, France rework. I have heard of the Spanish focus tree is supposed to be absolutely massive in the update. I'm hoping I get codes for it soon. Sooner rather than later. Because it's the... Serbia's capitulated. That's very sad. Sad for Serbia. Very long Hungary. But I think Romania could hold off for a while. Okay, and I'll answer your question. We'll have the Anarchists of C and TFAI. I think it might. I'm not too sure, because I know right now it's it's the what's the fact? I don't remember what the faction's called right now. But I know right now it's the Stalinist faction. I know that. Why is my brain breaking? Oh, how expensive? How long do these take to research? 34 days? I mean, that's pretty cheap. You know what? Let's go for anti-air first. Okay, no. We will, this one. Go for anti-air first, 35 days. I miss Old Mongolia. Well, everyone will miss Old Mongolia. But I'm hoping I get, like, codes for the DLC by around the 14th, 15th. I've already emailed them being like, hey, can you give me the codes when they're available? And they said sure. So, hopefully we'll get that out. As soon as possible, there will be La Resistance content on the channel. I just don't know when that's going to be. Probably sometime definitely before. Can I change any of you guys? It's just going to be added or removed. Okay, well. I think I'm going to save up my points for now. Even for some war propaganda against the Commune of France when it's available. In, what mod did I play that had that? There's one of them. I legitimately don't remember. Maybe it's Kaiserreich that has that kind of struggle between the two in the Spanish Civil War, or was it I don't remember. I legitimately do not remember. Might just be in Black Ice that has it as well, which I should again play at some point. I should retry Black Ice. Even though I'm really not good at this game, it could be fun. Let's go for close air support 1930. No, wait. We want to get the SPAA and the SPA. That's what I've been told a million times to research. I'm gonna research it now. What the fuck is with Greece's border? I believe Greece did not join up with They probably did not join the Belgrade Pact, and as such, we're not in the war with Bulgaria, so they didn't get their territories. Hello, what time is it in Russia right now? It's gotta be, like, extremely late, no? Planes are trash, don't do it. That's fair. Planes are trash. Who likes them? So France at war with the Germans. Second Weltkrieg has begun. Austria, are you going to immediately intervene? Or not, because you're still at war with Romania? I mean, Bolivia doesn't like Chile, so I mean, that's one thing. But Chile is part of the Third International, along with Argentina, so they're probably going to kill you pretty easily. Also, what are these borders? They are terrible. I think we also need some decryption as well, ASAP. Denmark has joined the Reichspakt. We have a new infantry division. Let's point you on the purple. Bulgaria has joined the Reichspakt. Does that matter at all? Probably not. Okay, so we got the SPAA, which you wanted. We'll slowly start building those guys up as well. At least this armor division is trash. Our very expensive armor division is going to go great. So that shrinks your front line down, huh? There we go. We're back up to 40. No, we're not. We're one below. We'll add this guy in because as soon as we put these guys to be like anti-tank, it should fix it on its own. At least that's the hope. Let's go for some integrated support. We cannot join up with the Reichspakt as Carlist Spain. We're only allowed to join the Entente. Right out the mediums and probably get out the anti-tank. So we're building the SPA soon. Yeah, so we've done 16 days. We can put those into our armies as well. France declared war on the Dutch. I just heard for shits and giggles, I guess. I don't know why they do that. They joined the Reichspakt. Not a huge surprise. So are either of you guys planning on going to war with the Commune of France? Not that I can tell quite yet. But I feel like we're in a pretty decent situation where we can, like, try to spearhead our way straight into southern France. War propaganda against the Commune of France. Yes, please, get some more war support. We're going to get 4 more military factories, which will definitely help us out when it comes to trying to build 5 billion tanks. Dead inside. I probably could have like just Googled what a good thing is, but bonus to electronics. Industrial research speed. I probably still want to get like another 4 military factories. Let's go one more U, one more U. And then as soon as the SPA spawns, which will be in 2 days. Okay, Greece and join the Entente. Can edit you again. So 1, 2, 3. Do I want to get out the motorized then? Oh, these guys are very expensive. Okay. Remember you saying that's so 7, 3, 3? That's it. This is my final one. If this is wrong, it's too late. You cannot change my mind on it. Okay, so we'll go for the SP artillery. Put in some factories there. 3 different tanks. Drop some tanks. Your organization will go up. I mean, what's our organization right now? I haven't actually looked. 24. Okay, that's not very good. I mean, it only goes up by 0.7 per tank. I don't think 0.7 is enough to worry about. But either between episodes or before my next recording session or my next playthrough, whatever comes first, I will definitely look up the correct the layout for this thing. Austria intervenes in the Second Weltkrieg. While they're still at with the Romanians, I think that's just bad for them, unless Italy did not defend this border, which they might not have actually, which is hilarious if that turns out to be the case. Canada, we don't know if you're planning on intervening quite yet. Mexico, of course, is losing because, of course, they couldn't fight a two-front war. Is joining the Entente also 70-day focus? It is. We'll see. We'll see how this front goes, how this develops. But Romania is definitely going to lose. I don't still know when. I think the Ottomans are also going to lose very soon as well. How many troops does Austria have? 38 to 57 divisions. Still not a ton of manpower. And soon the internet or the Entente will get involved. Usually I see the French Republic doing it just because they're focused, I think it's only 7 days as opposed to 70. AI stop, go home, get some help. Look, the AI, he's our friend. He's an innocent young lad. Can you conquer back America? I mean, theoretically, if one of these guys declared war on Canada, then we could conquer them, but usually no. I mean, I could theoretically justify a war goal, but I'm not going to do that. But you guys, I want you guys to be very aggressive. And you guys are going to start... Why are you not ready? Look, people in opposition. Right. You're just going to be very aggressive. Because as soon as we declare war, I want you going as fast as humanly possible into their front lines. Just speed... Like Sonic the Hedgehog. Just go in there as fast as humanly possible. But not like the new Sonic design. Like the old Sonic design. So everything's kind of a little bit shitty. That's our plan. And I think it's a beautiful plan. So Bolivia's going to fall. Brazil's now at war with South America. Bolivia falls. It's going to give the territory to these guys. I'm pretty sure Brazil doesn't have military access through you. What a weird... Every front everywhere is just strange. And why did the Commune of France take 8 states? What are you talking about? Please, for the love of everything that's, like, holy. Yeah, I mean, the tanks are building. I can't make the tanks build faster. We got, please, logistics screen, load up for me. We have about a year, roughly, until they're ready to go. But it'll go a little bit faster. It'll... Mid-1940, we'll have a tank. Please, my dude from Madrid. Why am I even deploying you in Madrid? What's wrong with me? Deploy to the front lines, like an actual sensible location. Modify our government again. Do I need to modify any of this stuff? Because we're not going to be using our Air Force or our Navy that much. There's probably better things I could spend my points on, like just more war propaganda. And I'd like to get more stability. Better engineering companies. Let's also go for better support weapons. I'd say, you know, everything is good. Washington's fallen. Notice that the Entente still hasn't gone to war. Also, no, I know. Decryption. Yes. Obviously, that's what we need a lot more. I mean, Austria's doing better than I thought. They are pushing their way through Slovenia, which is what I expected them to do. So Brazil, unsurprisingly, is doing a decent amount of damage to South America. How many people do you think have already died in this war? We're already looking... Already like 1 million people have died. Fantastic. So I think as soon as artillery support's done, I wouldn't be surprised if the French Republic decided to return to the continent. And at that point, we will prepare to join the Entente. Assuming they do that. If they do not do that focus, then maybe our plans will change a little bit. What are you going to do? Coming to France, they're at war with like 1 million people right now. You're going to study new tactics? Okay. Fucking coward. Edward, are you going to do it? I can't tell because I don't have enough decryption. Unfortunately. I mean, Spain or Austria is doing better than I thought they would. I mean, Romania is doing poorly, but how many men did they kill in this war? They managed to kill 615,000 Austrian troops, which really is going to make a huge difference, I think, in the longevity of this. How much manpower do they have right now? Probably less than 100,000. The strongest one in their faction right now is Galicia Lodomeria, so probably is not. It's probably a sad sight. Well, I guess I'll focus on doing something else then first. Get our military factories, and then we'll join the Entente afterwards. I just don't want the Commune of France putting troops on our borders right away. We are missing tungsten. What do we need tungsten for? Well, we need it for the anti-tank. Well, we have free civilian factories though, so you know what? Let's put like 2 more in Catalonia, and then we'll focus a little bit on some military projects in Old Castile. That doesn't make any sense at all. Why would I do that when I would just put more in Catalonia, because that's where the research bonus is, or the speed bonus is. So Macno, you and your weird scarred face. I'm coming for you. Somewhere between, you know, a while and a long time from now, but I'm coming. You better be prepared, Bordeaux. I'm just surprised that the Entente's not being as aggressive as I think they should be. Italy has upgrade. You know what? Let's get more tungsten. We will research our way to encryption. I'm sure that matters. And now the stalemate is now here instead of on this river. I guess that's better for them. Okay, Socialist Honduras has capitulated. Is that from the Mexicans? Yes, Mexico's doing pretty well in the south, but if you look up northwards, it's really just making the American Civil War drag its way to Mexico. Really just a strange state of affairs. Okay, now Canada's declared war on the Commune of France. Do we wait 50 days and then join the Entente, or like cancel this and join the Entente right now? Let's just wait for the military factories, and then we can join the Entente afterwards. I'm not too sure if that gives the AI like the little warning being like, hey, people are justifying wars against you, which you can sometimes get when people are joining factions that you're at war with. And I'm wondering how many troops did are on this border right here. Because they might have abandoned the Entente border to focus their entire attention on Germany, which it actually looks like they did. So France, you know, they've got a lot to work towards. Sweden and Finland, neither of them actually joined the Reichspakt, which I'm a little bit surprised by. They usually do. Sad note. The death tanks are coming. Our single stack of death tanks. We're making 6 of them a week. I mean, I could theoretically deploy them early, but I feel like that's kind of dumb. I only have half as many as I need. I have like none of the SP artillery. Nor enough motorized. We got a lot of infantry equipment though, mostly from all of the guns we were giving by our allies before. I mean, there's a chance that Canada and stuff will just give us tanks in the future. Just wait until you have 2. Do this here. 1 there, 1 there. Well, I mean, okay, we're actually gonna get 4, so we'll put 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. Use this focus is done in 28 days. Theoretically, it'd be faster for me to just justify my friends myself and declare a war than actually joining up with the Entente, but I think it removes all of my surprise attack potential to do so. How many boats? Do I not have any boats? I have not a single boat in my fleet. You know, let's hire these guys. We'll see what they do. I have a lot of political power. We do want to save it so it goes immediately up to war economy. Probably don't need to go to extensive because we have 1.55 million recruited population at the moment, which I think is pretty good. Trucks are easy to produce. I mean, we're making more trucks. Trucks will be ready in 120 days. 307 for you. You're going to be done in 100 days. So, you know, like half a year. So, like October, roughly. But I still think that we can attack with our infantry divisions first. And then they won't even see our death tanks approaching. Yes, you got, we're 80% of the way there. Germany's declared war in Denmark. Is Denmark going to join up with... Who the hell is this dude? Is Denmark going to join up with the Internationale? They might join the faction. It's entirely possible. And they still have not killed Romania. Trying their damnedest, but they still cannot actually accomplish it. But I think just creating a second front line down the south could potentially break the French. What I'm assuming right now what's happened is Canada's probably put like... Canada and the French Republic probably put so many troops in Belgium. Trying to fight them there. We got our military factories. Let's join the Entente. And they better... I mean, theoretically Canada can say no, but I don't know why they would. What are the bonuses we get here? Kind of garbage, kind of garbage. The Latin Economic Union. Amphibious invasion speed? Most of this is horrible, and I don't want those. Get support equipment 3. And the factories, our production cap is still pretty bad. We still got a recovering economy, which is absolutely horrible and takes probably like 2 years to even finish and get rid of. We're doing our best. Right now we have base cap at 50%. It's growing by about 0.2% per day. So 1% every 5 days. And you are only at half. So we could probably be producing like 2.5 tanks a day at our current cap. We have like 4 months until the tank is ready to go. Exactly. If we don't even need to build factories if we can just steal them from the French. I don't know how many factories they have in the south, but hopefully enough that I can just take them and they will not mind. More factory output. Yeah, absolutely. If we want these tanks to go, we need to get this done. We still don't know what they're doing exactly. Was that the encryption or the decryption that finished? Actually, they're both done, so it doesn't really matter. We don't have enough military experience to go down this tree at a discount. I think we will hold off on getting the next one for now. We could start researching like nuclear bombs, but I really don't think the campaign's going to last long enough for us to really utilize them. But if we can like take Bordeaux, take this whole area, like just this across, like this. I'll just make a straight line, please. Like just this area here. It's pretty good. Like, and we should be able to get it done pretty quickly. It does not look like the French are putting troops down here, which is nice. So I'm gonna ask the Canadians day 1 to join the war. Because if I do not do that, then the AI will put troops down on our border because it sees that we're in a hostile faction. So if we attack right away, we can definitely make up some ground. We can probably at least take like maybe at best these 3 states and everything below it. That would be, fingers crossed, the best case scenario. Why am I trading with the Commune of France? That's a dumb idea. Just don't trade. Don't give them anything. Germany. My good friend, give me some steel. I need it for all these goddamn tanks I'm building. How the hell is Romania still alive? Like, what are they doing? Okay, so we will be 35 more days, so we're actually in the war. We're almost done our anti-air. The anti-tank, we're about halfway done. Medium tanks are about 2/3 of the way done. So soon we're going to have a surplus of anti-air units. That's nice. I mean, do we have naval superiority in these regions? The answer is I don't know because we're not actually at war with them. Like, I could theoretically do a naval invasion of Bordeaux. Denmark's been annexed. Okay, did not take long. Hello, Prince Eugene de Savoy. How are you today? We have 23 more days. Less than 1 month. Build more tanks. All the cool kids are building tanks these days. What do they have on their border? Some steel. Capturing the steel would be nice. We don't have to import it. We're also importing aluminum. So actually capturing these supplies down here would be nice as well. Do they have any tungsten in their country? Italy has a little bit. The Brits have a little bit, but we're definitely not going to invade Scotland at the current moment. I don't know. Are they going to have naval superiority? They usually don't in the Mediterranean. That's at least been my experience playing this. We have 12 more days. It looks like this is basically turned into a stalemate. I'm hoping that the Internationale is just throwing... They have like 4 million manpower. Did they elect the Anarchist to... Of course they did. Getting the Anarchist has to be the best one for the conscription. Like an extra 3%. I think Commune of France, like when we played them, we had like a 12% recruitable population, and we were still on, I think, limited. Like, I think as Commune of France, you can be on volunteer only and still have 10% recruitable population, which is absolutely insane. You're almost ready. We're mostly waiting on the SPG. Be done in 85 days. So 2 months. 2 months from now, we'll be good to go. We've done the joining Entente focus. We're not in the faction quite yet. 520 right now. We need to keep going down this tree. Bonus to the industry. Okay, we're joining the Entente. Canada. Why are you fighting this guy? It doesn't matter. Yeah, we've now joined the war. Which is a little bit scary, but we'll see how this goes. Keep on marching forward. You can be marching in this direction, please, and thank you. Non-aggression pact with the Austrians and Germans? Sure, dude. Yeah, the French have already decided to show up. But I believe we can probably push into them regardless. Finland's declared war on Sweden, a very odd development. We'll agree to everything that we're being offered. Hopefully the Entente will put some more troops on our border, but that's... I mean, I don't know. I've never seen a Swedish-Finland war before. I mean, that's interesting in and of itself. Keep on pushing forward. Do not let the commune have any rest at the moment. Pulling out of Toulouse. Keep on advancing north. So I would like to take Bordeaux ASAP. Yeah, Bordeaux's a little bit heavily defended. Something like this. We have more military factories. Build those tanks. No, more tanks, please. Like that. Thank you. I think I screwed it up a little bit by accident, but you know, what can you do? Push across the river, please, and thank you. Yes, more non-aggression packs. What are we missing? Steel. We'll get that from the Germans. But I won't be able to build any more factories. Oof. These resources are still in French hands. These ones are also in French hands because they're still in Bordeaux. We need to get a surround on the city. That much is obvious. We take Bordeaux, we will get a ton of materials here. And is that enough to control this region? It is. So that should mean we have enough resources. We're importing too much steel. Get out of here. We don't need this. And we don't need the aluminum anymore. We're extracting a decent amount. I'm going to put some more factories into infantry production because I think the tanks for now are good to go. And Bordeaux should also fall soon. Giving us a healthy amount of factories. And I would say that this is a pretty good first attack. Technically, the British are in multiple combats, even though they're not. But as long as it benefits me, I do not care. Funny how that works out, huh? Non-aggression back with the Danes. That's fine. So I'm hoping you guys on some other fronts are able to make some sort of progress. Because to say that I'm, you know, pulling in my share of the work is an understatement. I am more than pulling my weight here. You guys can hold position then. Pushing our way through this line. Can we get a nice surround? That'd be nice. Yeah, I think we can get like a small surround. Something like this. We get agreement with the Dutch. I guess we'll start large submarines. Produce some of those guys. Usually because those are just like the cheapest ships to build. What do we need right now? We're mostly good on everything. Getting an air force. I think we'll let the rest of the Entente deal with getting an air force for us. We're gonna focus on building our tank armada. Okay, well, so this round here doesn't matter anymore. We capture an airport. Marseille is almost already within our grasp here. You guys hold position, you guys hold position. I think you're fine, like, no longer doing attacks. We've taken Bordeaux, which is a lot of factories for us. And watching it all switch to orange to be under my occupation, absolutely beautiful. By the way, you guys can just go back to being regular. If you're on aggressive the whole time, you'll still try to attack the enemy if I don't want you to. You hold position, you hold position. Keep marching your way to Marseille. That's a pretty big deal to capture that city, to say the least. Like, this is... Wow. Beautiful. Something like this for now. So it's 1940. What do I want to research? You know, let's just go for the next level of medium tank. I mean, there are some international troops being, or not international, some Entente troops being moves it down to the south, which is nice. Okay, you don't need to be here anymore. Like, this is just fantastic. Already taking La Rochelle. Like this. And I think that's pretty good for like the first week or so of combat. I would say, at least. There's more submarines, I guess. We're not going to prioritize building submarines for obvious reasons that I don't really care about them that much. Stability is low. Let's send in the army. And we're going to, you know, win a handful more battles here, which is nice. Of course, we want to go up to war economy. We're already on service by requirement. We don't want to go up to anything else. Shrink the blue line down like this. And you guys can actually hold position for now. Like, that is wonderful. Oh, so I'm trying to like scroll through my chat, but it's also scrolling through the map for obvious reasons. The commies putting some reinforcements here. That's gonna move up to here. Purple, your front line is to go from here to this river. We'll wait a little bit, get some reinforcements in, but that's a lot of front line that we're basically just added to the International. But it doesn't really look like our allies are really putting any help with us, which is a real shame. But unfortunately, I think this has to be the end of the stream for today. So thanks everybody for tuning in. If you've enjoyed on Twitch, come over and follow me on YouTube. If you've enjoyed me on YouTube, come follow me over on Twitch. You can also support me if you go underneath my YouTube videos. There's a little button that says join. For as little as $1 a month, you can help me pay my rent, which is of course very important, so I don't get kicked out of my house. I don't really know what else I really have to say. Just, you know, subscribe to me on YouTube is always nice. But have a great day.